Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now, I preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
Yes, my people, big up yourself, big up the whole Metric community. Let's go again. Take two. I don't know what was happening in that last one, man. The thing was going small on the mobile phone. I had to come out of that live. But yeah, if you're here anyway, smash the likes. We're going to get into it. Valverde news. Ben Jacobs come out and said loads as he does. And we're going to break it all down. So make sure you're smashing them likes, my peoples. Let me know what you lot think in the comments. And then we get straight into it, my peoples. Yeah? Come on. And yeah, good to see that it looks good, man. Finally, man. It's gone back to normal. That went mad. I don't know what was going on there. But cool, man. Let's get into it. So, boom. This is what's going on then. Let's go back to the normal background. We got this. This came out 23 hours ago. I'm going to go all the way down. Obviously, Ben Jacobs has spoke and said a few things. And I've got some other news about other players, etc. We're going to get into everything. So make sure you smash these likes, man. We need to get these likes up. Come on, my peoples. So yeah, man, we start off. Obviously, this is Rob Dawson yesterday around these times. I just missed it when I just came off. And he just made a little short list about the 6 players that we're looking at. Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton, Conor Gallagher, Baliba, João Gomez. Andre's been added to that list now. You know, Andre that plays for Wolves. Even him, he's not even all that. This is what I'm saying. It's crazy, like. Angelo Stiller, obviously, we've known about them already. So we're going to see, obviously, there's talks about a wing back. Man United are prioritizing the wing back and central midfield roles next summer. The plan revolves around adding at least one top-class midfielder to the team. There's been talks about 1 midfielder, 2. Ben Jacobs said 2. Andy Mitten said 2. Every minute is changing. People keep saying different things. Who knows? So yeah, man, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, you're trolling. No way it's gone back to what it done earlier. Man, ain't done nothing. Cool. So I'll move up anyway, and then we can get back to it slowly. So obviously I got into they're laughing at Slot, of course. This guy, there's no pressure on Slot, you know. I'm not seeing no articles slating him, nothing. It's crazy. So we had this talk earlier about PSG. Look at this now. Barcelona have a 35 million option to make Rashford's loan for Man United permanent, but PSG are preparing a 50 million bid to blow the deal apart and bring him to Paris. I don't know how true that is. Obviously, Ben Jacobs spoke about Rashford as well, so we're going to get into that. But I know that PSG did like Rashford a few years back, but now I don't think they want him now. Like, they've got Dembele doing all the pressing. Rashford don't really press that much. Everyone knows Rashford's game. So I don't know if you'll end up going there. If there's any truth in that, we'll see. But, boy, PSG are apparently interested. So if they're interested, that just makes it even better for us. You know what I'm trying to say? I'll be cool with that, mate. Just as long as someone pays that money, it'll be cool. So obviously, Sir Lamon speaks about Sir Alex, giving him some praise. He's like, yeah, I read it somewhere. And at first, I couldn't really believe it. To be honest, he's such a big name, and especially at this club. So I was a little bit surprised, but it felt really, really good. To be honest, I haven't met him yet, so I'm looking forward to that as well. And but coming from him, yeah, it's really nice to hear as well. Someone with so much experience and such a big name at this club. It's only good to hear. So we're just bigging up Sir Alex, because Sir Alex said that he's doing a very good job. So big up Lamens. It is what it is. Lamens on his heroes. He goes Thibaut Courtois, because he's also from Belgium. I watched him a lot growing up, especially in the national team, when we played World Cups and European Championships. So he's bigging up. He's bigging up. I remember Courtois bigged him up as well. You know, we said, yo, my man is going to be the next me, basically. Do you get me? But he's not Courtois. He's Lamens. I think Manuel Noah is also a big example of me, because he's so all-round with his feet and helping the defense as well behind him. So this is Lamens, and this is who he messes with and who he looks up to. And it's only good players, man. And they always talk good about him as well. So hopefully he can take that advice and take it into his game, and we see what happens. Now we get into the Ben Jacobs stuff. This is some stuff about what Ben Jacobs said today, and then we're going to get into the more stuff about the links, etc. There's so much. He speaks about Amrin. And he says, Amrin will be given a full season should he get through the festive period with a good run of form. Man United want it to work with Amrin. Bro, I feel like this is easy to just say. Any of us can make this story. Do you understand? I can make this story. If Amrin loses like 5 games before Christmas, I reckon he gets sacked. That just goes without saying. Do you understand? Like, it's some things that they say is just stupid. Like, we know that already. Like, of course, going to be given if he's still in the Champions League or around it when it comes to Christmas. Why would he get sacked if we only want to get top 4? That doesn't make sense. Obviously, if we're in the second half of the table, it's going to be a bit mad. So that's just that. I'm not even going to stay long on that. I've already spoke about it. Kyle McCarley, recently appointed by Man United as the senior scout. Remember, this geezer, he scouted Matoma for Brighton. He scouted Caicedo, and he got Brighton to press the trigger and get him in for 4 million, while the Glazers didn't want to press the trigger for our scouts. Our scouts were saying, yo, this is the guy. Get him, press the trigger. He didn't want to do it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's crazy, man. I don't understand it. But he's come true now. And like I said, he got Matoma. From time he got Matoma from one of them leagues in Japan, you know the skis is on a different thing, because a lot of people are not going to find these gems. I couldn't tell you the last like player that came from like them sort of leagues in Japan and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is more like a Tottenham signing, like Son. I know they've gone and got another North Korean, but he ain't really turned out to be nothing special yet, but it's still early days. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. These likes are not making no sense. Come on, my peoples. Don't be a hater. Let's be positive. Get these likes going, man. So that's Kyle McCauley anyway. He got Cucurella, Caicedo, and Matoma for Brighton. He's signed for Man United. He's going to work with Vivell side to side. So we can only get gems from all over the place now. And hopefully we might be able to go out there and get a Matoma from a Japanese league and pay 5 million for him and he goes straight into the first team. Who knows? You know what I mean? So hopefully it's not just young gems. It's some players that can come straight into the team as well. Like, look at Brentford. They signed Mbumo for 4.8 million from a Troyes that play in France. And then they sold him for 65 million. You know what I'm going to say? Why can't we do smart things like that? Buy a gem for like 4 or 5 million and then boom. Do you understand? Not necessarily sell them, but still. Obviously, he speaks about the feasible targets, the people that he thinks are realistic that we can get in January because of like the club. Remember, a lot of people don't want to lose their players in January, etc. So all the big dogs, the Beliebers, the Whartons, the Andersons, they're basically saying you're not for sale for January. Because remember, if they sell them in January, then they've got to do the running around in January. You don't want to run around in January with a player short, your best player short, unless you overpay. So if we go and overpay for Anderson and paid 100 million, then they wouldn't mind doing the run around, go to the Brazilian league or something and get a player. But to just go out there and sell their player for a reasonable price, they're not going to do that. That doesn't work like that. So Ben Jacobs is saying João Gomez, Conor Gallagher are more feasible targets for Man United. What kind of Manchester United spelling is that though? Look at that Manchester spelling. Manchester, mad. But yeah, January transfer window, Gallagher may have to be a permanent deal, but if United choose to go down that route, they will push to see if a loan with buy option is possible. This might suit Gallagher, give him more game time, and United the option of an extra body in midfield. Should Wolves' form continue and relegation is likely, then they may look to cash in on Gomez in January. Basically, if Wolves still go till December, not winning the game, they're going to want to cash in from now. But how much though? Ben Jacobs said 50 million. Who's paying 50 million for Gomez? I'm not paying no 50 million for Gomez, bro. I don't want us to pay 50 million. I don't really rate Gomez or Gallagher. I don't see any of them coming straight into the first team. That's my point. And this is why I think Ineos are like, they're looking at it and they're not really taking it serious. Because Gallagher, we went in for him last season. Not last season, the summer. We went in for Gallagher. We was told that there's no loan. They're not giving us a loan. No problem. We don't want him. We only wanted a loan with Gallagher. So the fact that we only want a loan with Gallagher shows we don't really want Gallagher. You know what I'm trying to say? And João Gomez, it's more of a market opportunity. Wolves might get relegated. This guy's got legs, etc. If we can get him for a little deal, 35 million, why not? He knows the Prem. He's got the legs for it. It is what it is. But I just don't rate him like that. So we'll see. It might be an extra body, but do we get him and get rid of Mainu? So what, does Mainu go on loan and we get Gomez? Just what, for the legs? Is that it? Is that what we're doing now? Legs and not ability? I don't know, man. But Wolves is definitely getting relegated. So they're going to have to consider selling him in January for 45 million, maybe 50, instead of turning around and he gets relegated and then what? He has to go for 20 million, 25, and he's upset. He wants to leave in the Championship. You don't want to be there. So we'll see what happens. But this is Ben Jacobs' outlet on the feasible targets. That's who he thinks in January will be available. And then this is what Ben Jacobs goes and says. Look, he says 50 million with add-ons is the ballpark figure for João Gomez in January. 50 million. What are we doing here, mate? This is crazy. 50 million, and he's a DM. He's not going to save their season. Even if he goes for 35, he's not saving their season. He can't score goals. Do you know what I mean? And come on, man. I've watched him a little bit. I wouldn't say I've watched him fully, but I've never watched him and be like, yeah, this guy is outrageous. He's sick. The way I watched like Anderson and Wharton, I've never watched him and been mad impressed. I've watched him against Arsenal when Arsenal had 10 men and he went and done a stupid tackle whilst on a yellow card and got himself sent off. I've watched him do that, but I haven't watched this geezer and been like, nah, he's sensational. He's coming straight into our team. He's not coming into our team because he's not on the bench Casemiro for him. He's not an aerial threat where he scores headers and all these things. It's not going to happen. So I don't think this happens anyway. 50 million is basically saying, listen, mate, you're getting relegated with us. That's it. That's what they're saying to him. You're getting relegated with us, bro. 50 million. No one ain't paying that. A man saying 50 million with add-ons. So that's 55 for a DM. That's not even all that. Come on, man. 40 million max. And even that's a bit of a stretch. But that's what Wolves are asking for. They've got every right to ask for whatever they want. But, bro, Wolves are getting relegated. If this was Strand Larson or something, they're saying 50 million with add-ons. Obviously, he might bail them out of relegation. They might need him. He might score a goal or two. I get it. This is a DM, bro. Like, he's going with you anyway. So we'll see what happens, man. So that's João Gomez. He's out the way. This is what Ben Jacobs has said about the flexibility about the new PSR. Remember, they've got a new PSR thing now, and it benefits Man United fully. We're like one of the most beneficial clubs out of it. And it says with the new financial relegations coming into force, Manchester United will have greater flexibility thanks to their strong revenue streams. Because our revenue is mad. We make so much money from TV, everything. Just games. Old Trafford's always full up. It just don't stop. Like the merchandise, everything. If United choose to sign a player in January, they will still need to consider PSR constraints for the current financial year. However, by waiting until the summer, even after the World Cup, they will transition into the new squad cost ratio system, which favors United even without Champions League. Even without Champions League, we're breaking records. You lot have seen it. We got the most revenue this last year and all of that. Like, without Champions League, it's crazy. So this new PSR very, very, very is very good for us. And it says the club may feel that this framework offers more leeway and reduces risk of breaching financial rules. Because remember, it's all about revenue and all of that. And we're bringing in a lot of revenue. So we'll see what happens, man. This is just good news, isn't it? This is what happens when you're a proper big club. So that's what he says about that. Then he goes on to talk about it a little bit more. And he says there's almost a free hit year as so-called fines that come into play if you breach the new squad cost ratio rules in the start of 2027-28. So in 2026-27, you have a transitional year to get up to speed with the rules, and the teams may intentionally go over the limit, knowing there's also another 30% threshold as well. Get a lot of signings done, then they know that slaps on the wrist on potential sporting satchel don't come into play until 2027-28. So it's a good year, and change your financial rules for Man United, who I expect to be one of the major beneficiaries. So we benefit more or less the most when it comes to this new PSR thing because of our revenue. And as a result, come summer, don't be surprised if we see a significant spend and midfield revamp. Remember, everyone's been saying this. The midfield is going to get revamped. Champions League football will help as well, of course, because we'll get more money from that. But, bro, the midfield, everyone knows we're going to revamp that. Crazy. So Bruno could leave. You know, Casemiro's definitely going to leave. Do you know what I'm saying? All these Toby Colliers. I don't know if he's got a place in the squad. He might come back and go on loan again, or they might just sell him. Who knows? But, bro, as you can see from this new PSR, there's a free hit year as well because all the sanctions come in 27-28. So next year, people might just overspend and then just ride it out and say, we'll wait till the sanction comes a year later. Who knows? So there's a lot going on, man. 30% threshold. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens, man. But we need Champions League, man. I feel like we need to get Champions League. Even if we finish 5th, we should be able to get it. But obviously, after the Everton game, I know a lot of people are not feeling how we were feeling when we had that 5-game unbeaten run. And I fully understand it. This is the stuff about Belieber. Remember, Fabrizio still coming out speaking about Belieber. He's not giving up. He's still saying, bro, Belieber is up there. He's one of the main ones that they want. Man United's data-driven approach evaluates far more than players' most recent season and factors in long-term projections. At just 21, Carlos Belieber is still developing and the club remains relaxed about his trajectory, confident he can evolve into a world-class midfielder. There are strong precedents for this kind of growth curve. Elliot Anderson has made significant strides over the past 6 to 12 months, while Declan Rice added consistent attacking output in his final 18 months at West Ham before becoming more consistent at Arsenal. Caicedo's first year at Chelsea was inconsistent, yet now he's arguably one of the best midfielders. So basically he's trying to say is Belieber's having a stink over year. We all know this, but it doesn't mean anything. And what we're doing with our data, it looks at everything long term. So it's not just looking, how was he last season? No, it's looking last season, the seasons before that when he was at Lille. What was he getting up to? Was he having these little... It gets to know a bit more about the player to know where they can get up to their full speed, they can get up to their full form at all or not. So they're saying Belieber's still in there, man. He rates Belieber. Amrin, it's been said already. Remember, we already agreed personal terms with him, but he's having a trajectory. I don't know. My thing with Belieber is I'm cool with Belieber coming, but I'm not on this over 80 million stuff. After his season this year, you're getting hooked 4 or 5 times at halftime. You can't be 80 million, bro. It doesn't make no sense. No 80 million player gets hooked at halftime 3 or 4 times in the start of a season. We've only played 12 games or something like that. And he's been hooked 3 or 4 times. Like 4 times. It's crazy. So Belieber's still on the list, as I've showed you lot. So we'll see, man. Like I said, anything under 80, I'm cool with that. So we'll see. And obviously, when they get into a few more midfielders as well. If Carlos Belieber's current form continues into the summer, it could influence Man United's view on whether he is worth the asking price. Should Brighton maintain a British record valuation despite his poor run, United will still rate the player but would likely turn their attention to alternative targets. That just goes without saying. I could have wrote that. You could have wrote that. Anyone could have wrote that. We're not going to go there and pay 120 million for a man that's getting hooked at half-time every single game. For a man that cannot last 90 minutes, he's having the worst season of his life. Brighton fans are asking him to be dropped. It just goes without saying. So he's just basically saying, we're going to go there for Belieber regardless. But if his form carries on the same, there's no way we're playing even close to that valuation, which just makes sense anyway. Why would you? And then obviously if Brighton say, nope, we still want our 120 million, which they're probably not going to want because they're going to be smart and say, this guy's playing poor. Let's just get rid of him and get what we can now. Because if we don't get rid of him now, how much is it going to decrease? Think about it. If we don't, you know what I'm saying? So let's just say we went in there for 65 million. If we don't get rid of him and we're hooking him every day, every game, the next year, it might decrease to 50, 40. And Hurstler might not even want him anyway. Hurstler keeps taking him off. So the manager might say, sell him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it only makes sense for them to sell him anyway. But it's just about the price, like I said to you. And this is obviously what he's ended up saying. And he says, look, there will be plenty of competition for Elliot Anderson, and Manchester United will be in the mix. The expectation is that 2 senior midfielders will arrive in the summer. Which 2 is the question? Which 2 do you lot want? You lot let me know who you lot think is the main 2 that should come to Man United. Me, if I had to pick, I would pick Anderson. It's a weird one, you know. I'll say Anderson and Belieber just for it to make sense. Anderson, he controls the ball. Belieber, he's got the pace. But I love Wharton as well. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind. If we got Wharton and Belieber, I'm cool. If we got Anderson and Belieber, I'm cool. But like I said, Belieber can't be 70, 80 million. That would not make no sense. He cannot be 70, 80 million. But there'll be plenty of competition. So they're on the list. As you can see, this list, we've been hearing about it for the longest. Every day there's a new name on there. Gomez is on there now. Gallagher, Andre. This is a long list, bro. But these are the guys in it. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. Let's get some of these likes, man, and get these comments after the next one. Smash the likes, peoples. Come on. This is the stuff about Semenyo. Man United's interest in and Anton Semenyo is ongoing. So it's not done. People are sitting there saying we wanted him in the summer because we did. I know that Ruben Amorim had a seat with him and had some chocolates in a bar, in a restaurant or something. And they tried to get him through, but Bournemouth was asking for 70 million and we only offered 55. So I don't know, man. It's a weird one. But Man United's interest in Semenyo is ongoing. So we're still interested in him. And there's been talks from Ben Jacobs and Fabrizio that we want a 10/hybrid winger. So we want a player like that, which is a bit shocking anyway when you actually think about it. Like, wait a minute. We still want a 10. You understand? Like, why would we still want a 10? Because we got loads of players that can play 10. Ahmad, Mbumo, Mount, Cunha, Xerxes, Bruno. But we still want a 10. So Man United's interest in Anton Semenyo is still ongoing. He's still an option. I don't know. I don't know, man. Everything else I've seen from Anton Semenyo, it's been that Liverpool are the ones that are going to go for him and they're going to get him. Liverpool's the team that's running things right now when it comes to Semenyo. So I don't know, man. It's a weird one, man. This whole thing is just weird. Every minute I turn around, it's just always some talk. But we want Semenyo. Let me get a few of these comments. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. Let's get these likes up, man. Come on, man. What's going on today, man? This is not the Metric community we know. Get some of these likes up. It's okay now, Metric. Big up yourself. I think we can put a line over Valverde. He's on 320k a week at Real Madrid, which means you have... yeah. That's crazy. A lot of players are not taking wage cuts, but especially for a team that's not in the in Champions League. They're not even going to bother. If I'm in the hierarchy of United, Rashford is going to PSG if the story is true. Yeah, but we don't get to choose. We've gave Barca the first choice to take him. So we've told Barca, yo, £25 million, he's you lots. But obviously, if PSG was to put in a bid, but Rashford can still say no. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He can still say no, and he seems happy. He was saying it's a dream move and all of that. So he seems happy over there in Barca. So I don't know if he will go there still. I'll be real. Nice of PSG to put pressure on Barca. Hey, man, what's good? Press the like button. Why did we turn up to one game and play okay, then the next game? I don't know, man. It's crazy, Timothy, bro. It's crazy, bro. Remember, we sat down for 5 weeks. You know what was crazy? It took so long to feel like that again. We ain't lost in 5 weeks, 5 games unbeaten. And then we had 2 weeks international break. So it was about 7 weeks, no loss. I didn't feel that feeling in ages. And then we lost against Everton against 10 man, and it felt draining. Crazy. The only reason that I've got a little bit of sympathy and a little bit of hope with Crystal Palace is because they're playing today. Crystal Palace played today against Strasbourg in France. Strasbourg is a good team. That's Chelsea's sister club, they call it. So because they play Strasbourg, then they got to go to Palace Sunday, 12 o'clock, which I've never heard of. I've never, ever heard of a Sunday game at 12 o'clock. That's when we're playing Palace, by the way. So that's the only reason why I feel like we could go and prove something over there. And do you know what I'm trying to say? That's the only thing. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. Let's get these likes up, man. Come on, peoples. Jacobs is terrible when we're not in the transfer season. Also, the interviews he does at United, and they're really, really bad. I maintain that we don't sign players from Real Madrid anymore. They do not sell any good players, but the ones who are injury prone to the core. How many games? I don't think the manager likes him. I feel like the manager's not playing him as much, apparently. He's playing Arda Güler instead. I'm going to go there now and show you. Look, can't afford players like Valverde and that type of wages with the new rule. United got maybe the best scout in England. United will find someone to buy for sure. Yeah, they got good scouts, man, but we just never used to press the button. The Glazers never used to press the button. That's all it was. We were finding players, little gems, Caicedo. He's here. He's ready to come. He's a Man United supporter. Press the button. It's 3 million. Glazers be like, nah, we'll rather buy Anthony for 80 mil though. Crazy. Crazy. Leeds Wolves, he won't be joining United. Wharton is impossible to get. He wants Champions League football. United will not finish top 4 after how the English teams are performing. That 5th spot is in danger. It's crazy, man. Ben Jacobs said that he's such a clown. Semenyo is not on United list. How is it going, Mitch? What a desperate night. Bro, I don't want to talk about that night. That night is PTSD, bro. I felt like the Europa League final. PTSD. I don't want to talk about that. So, yeah, that's Semenyo anyway, guys. The interest is still there for Semenyo. So, who knows what's going to happen? Let me show you some more news now. So, he said that He speaks about Harry Maguire. What's that, man? He speaks about Harry Maguire, and he says Man United are still deciding on Harry Maguire's situation. If he stays and is offered a new deal, then the club will move for a younger defensive signing. Should Maguire leave, then a more experienced signing will be made. So we might give him a deal for like a year or two and get a younger guy to come in and take over after him, or we can let him leave now and get an experienced one. Remember, we said we want to win the league by 2028, 150 project, whatever they're calling it. So they still got time in their head. Like, we might take our time, etc. But it depends how much time they think. If they want to go for it, they want to say, you know what, this league's actually meaty. Because when you look at the league, bruv, Arsenal is steamrolling the league. If they don't win the league this year, come on, man. They are steamrolling it. Like, there's no team being consistent in this league, apart from Arsenal. No team is winning every single game. City will lose. Then they'll, like, Liverpool, let's not talk about them. United, everyone is up and down. No one has got a clean run, smashing it. You're watching them and saying, yeah, they're going to do this thing. So it depends how they want to move. They might turn around and say, you know what, we want to go for it next year. Let's go for it. We could. It's only Arsenal that's really giving us anything. Let's go for it. And then you never know, bro. They might just go for it and then go mad. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that one there, man. It's crazy. But that's Harry Maguire anyway. We might let him go, man. We might keep him for a year or two, or we might just let him go. I heard he's a proper leader. Remember, he was the captain before. He's still part of the leadership team, and he bails us out sometimes when we need his help. He would have probably scored a header. He would have probably been playing up front if he weren't injured against Everton. We probably would have put him up front and just put the ball in the box a million times. But it is where it is anyway. We'll see what happens with Maguire. That's what Ben Jacobs says about that situation. And yeah, man, it's a new deal. Obviously, there was talks about a new deal with Casemiro as well. And then we'll see what happens. This is what Andy Mittens come out and said. Let me show you that right now on Semenyo. So we've got that talk that is still ongoing. And then this is what Andy Mitten has said about it. He said United went in for him last summer, but the deal timed out. The word from Bournemouth was that they wanted 70 million. My understanding of this was that there weren't many buyers at that price. So the deal timed out for Manchester United. He is absolutely somebody that Manchester United will be interested in signing to play for the team and to improve the team. So, bro, it seems that we're still in for him. Andy Mitten knows his thing. Andy Mitten knows a thing or two too. When he speaks from Man United as well. Remember, Andy Mitten came out and said, we're not in for Gyökeres. When we were sitting there getting all gassed and giddy, oh my God, Gyökeres, Cunha and Bumo front three, Andy Mitten said, bro, I've been around the club. We're not in for Gyökeres. He was telling us. And then no bid ever came, nothing. So Andy Mitten knows a thing or two. And he's saying the Semenyo thing is true. There is talks about Semenyo. We absolutely want to sign him. But what are we trying to do then? Are we trying to be Man City right now and just go mad and get Semenyo and have a mad depth? Semenyo on the left with Cunha and Bumo on the right with Mount. What are we trying to do here? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, what are we really trying to build up? And then you got to remember as well, if things was to go left, let's say Amrin doesn't work out. Let's just say that. How much wingers are we going to have? You got Ahmad and Bumo that play the same position as wingers. Cunha can play as a number 10, or he can play as a number 9, of course. But on the left, it's true. You could actually work it out. It's true. We ain't really got a left winger when you look at it. Because Cunha plays as a left 10, and he can play as a 10, number 10, or a striker. So it's true. You could get Semenyo. And even if you did get another manager, it wouldn't be too bad because Semenyo will still play. And then you just have Ahmad coming off the bench. It's not the worst, to be honest. Yeah, it isn't that bad as I thought it would be. But yeah, man, we'll see, bro. But all these talks about Semenyo still coming out. Obviously, Ornstein came out and said that it's more Liverpool. Fabrizio's come out and said Liverpool. But, and remember, Liverpool have got the link because Richard Hughes, the Liverpool sporting director, came from Bournemouth. They got the Kirkes deal done like that. He came from Bournemouth. He don't need to go through the laptop and email them. He could just phone his mate. Yo, we want Semenyo, 65 million. We're gonna trigger it, no problem. And it's up to Semenyo who he picks. So it's a crazy one still. It's mad, but we'll see. So Semenyo's still on the list. We'll see about that. Let me show you a bit about the thing now. Hold on, what's that there? That's the Rashford stuff we just saw. Literally, cool. So then, and then we've got this now. So we've got this about Edison. This came out about Edison literally yesterday. Listen to this now. Manchester, we know we've been monitoring him for ages. Yeah, Edison is someone we've been preying for ages. Fabrizio came out about it. I've got articles for days about Edison. Fabrizio, Andy Mitten, all of them have spoke about Edison. They've said, listen, Edison is someone Man United likes, etc. And he is fast. He's got the pace. He's got energy. He suits the Amorim system. We've been monitoring him for months, and his agent has come out and done an interview. I saw the quotes. I should have saved it. I didn't. But his agent's come out and he said, listen, he's in the last year of his deal. Atlanta wanted about 50, 60 million for him. Now, they're willing to take 30, 40 million. So that's like 28 million pounds. Literally. If they say it's like 35 million euros, that's like 29 million pounds, 28. Like, bro, either way, even if it's 40 million euros, that's like 33, 34 million pounds. That's a deal. I'll rather go and get Edison than go and get João Gomez. 34 million pounds for someone like Edison. He can play. He's a DM. He's got energy. He runs around. His physicality as well. He's strong. He scores goals as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I would rather go and get someone like Edison than go and get João Gomez. Real talk. So that's my thing with it, with this article. I kind of believe it because we've been looking at him for ages, and the agent has came out himself and spoke. I saw the article. I should have saved it. He spoke about this. He said, yeah, he could be going for 30, 40. So from the time the agent is talking about it in public, he doesn't want to sign a new deal. He's in his last year. Why don't we go get him? I don't know if his age. I remember he was 25 when I last checked. I don't know if he's like 27 or something now. But, bro, 30 million is calm for someone like Edison. So we'll see, man. That's one we got to keep an eye out on. You get it? But it would be a bargain, 100%. But he's in the last year of his contract. We've got this might be the guy that takes Maguire's spot. Because we've had the scouting, what's that guy called? The guy that does all the scouting stuff. Scouting attendance, I think he's called. He came out and said that we looked at him and another young man as well that plays for Rennes. And he said, Man United are keeping tabs on Jeremy Jacquet as part of the push to strengthen recruitment of elite young talents. Remember, Arsenal wanted him before they got Mosquero. This is who Arsenal were looking at. They were looking at him, but they got Mosquero for cheaper. They got him. But yeah, man, this is what we're dealing with, man. We're looking at him. And obviously, you just saw the article just now about Maguire. And it said, listen, if Maguire stays, we'll get a young talent that can come in. Or if Maguire goes, we'll go and get a senior talent. So it's up to them what they want to do. Do they say, you know what, we'll go and get a young talent and we'll just, and you know what Ineos is on anyway with these gems. They'll get this guy and just build him up, even if they leave him with the under-21s for a minute. But he's playing proper football in Liga, and he's doing a very good. Jules, everything. This is the stuff about Federico Valverde. Man United are among the many clubs interested in Valverde. He is reportedly unhappy with Xavi Alonso, and the chance of him leaving the club appear to be increasing. Listen, all of them are not happy over there. I don't know what's going on. There's the Athletic put out reports the other day saying that what's his name? Vinny Jr. said that he's not going to sign a new contract until he plays. Sorry, until he sorts everything out with Alonso. So they're not even rating Alonso over there. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. So this is Valverde. I'm going to show you what's been going on with him. But apparently he's not happy. He's not getting enough game time or something. I don't know what's going on. Let's see what's going on here. 83 minutes, 89. This is Valverde's game time. He played 90 minutes yesterday, 33 minutes against Elche. He came off the bench, 83, 89, 90, 72. It doesn't look that bad, though. This is what I'm saying. But apparently he's not happy. And I saw it on the Real Madrid thing as well, and they said that he wasn't happy either. So I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's happening over there. But like I said, the Athletic has put out a report saying that Vinny Jr. is not happy and he's not signing a contract until he sorts it out with Xavi Alonso. So what is really going on over there, man? What is going on over there? It's getting very toxic. And they're top of the league, and there's certain people that still want him sacked. Their standards are crazy, Real Madrid. They're top of the league, but the way they're playing football and everything's getting close. Even yesterday, they was beating Olympiacos. I think it was 4-1. And they came back to make it 4-3. And it was kind of edgy when it came to the last couple of minutes. They scored in the 81st minute. And it was edgy for the last 10 minutes. They nearly bottled it. So, yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's mad. So I don't know what's going on, man. But this is the Valverde talks. I don't know about Valverde. I'll be real. I think he gets injured a lot, and he's a good player. Don't get twisted, but he's on a mad wage. Real Madrid pay crazy wages. He's meant to be on like what, 300k or something. Let's see it. And you know, Ineos don't play this 300k talk. They're not on all of that at all. Where's his wages? Let's see what his wages on. So we'll know exactly if it's true or not. Because when it comes to, we're trying to get rid of the 100k players, the Casemiros and that. We're trying to get rid of that as soon as possible. So what's that? Look at that, guys. Oh, that's madness. Valverde earns approximately 16.67 million per year at Real Madrid, which equals to about 577 per week. That's never going to happen at Man United. Never. We're trying to get rid of that. We're trying to get rid of that. That's why we're trying to get rid of Rashford. That's why we're trying to get rid of Sancho. That's why we're trying to get rid of Casemiro, because of the 300Ks. Sancho's leaving for free. We don't even want a penny. We was trying to sell him for 15 million to Juventus. Now we don't want a penny. Leave for free. See you later. We don't even care. This is how much we're trying to get rid of all these wages, these crazy wages that we're saying, yo, we ain't got time for it. So I doubt it. I doubt that happens with Valverde, but we'll see. I don't know. He's reportedly unhappy. We know that Vinny Jr. is unhappy. It's crazy, man. They might just go mad. Maguire's at breaking apart. He never got injured, and now he gets hurt every other game. It's true. He's always injured. You're right, still. What's the point of Semenyo, another player who will play in the wrong position and not as a traditional winger? A few stinkers, yeah. But, bro, this is what I'm trying to say. If we was to have stinkers, it will go back to a 4 because he won't be here no more. This is what I'm trying to say. So we're better off getting these players that can play in different positions. We ain't bought a wing back. Dorgu plays a left back. That's his position. Ahmad is a winger. We haven't bought a player. If we went and got Jeremy Frimpong, someone he's just a wing back, then it'll be like, oh my God, what are we going to do with this guy? Can he play as a winger? Is he going to be right back? Do you get it? But everyone we've bought is actually players that can play in different positions. Cunha can be the 10 when Bruno leaves. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's a 10. Like, he can be up front. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone can move. Ahmad's going to be as a winger. Let's just say we go back to a 4. Amrin was to get sacked. We switched it back up. Every single player we've got can play in different positions. So would Valverde. So would Semenyo. Semenyo's a left winger. We've got no left wingers. Cunha plays a left 10. Cunha don't play as a left winger. So let's just think about it. If we was to go back to a 4, Cunha's playing as a 10. Semenyo could be the left winger. We don't actually have a left winger. Mason Mount's not a left winger. Bruno's not a left winger. Cunha isn't a left winger, but he could play there. Do you know what I'm going to say? Think about it. Ahmad's a right winger, and then Bumo's a right winger. So Semenyo, it could work, man. And this is what Man City do, and no one says anything. Man City do this every year. They get all the best players in the same positions, and then no one says anything. I don't think Man City fans even look at the lineup. I don't think they care, because it's a baller anyway. And then it gets to the 70th minute, they're going to put on the other guy anyway. So I don't think it matters still. I don't mind for it. I don't see the point of wingers. You could potentially play as a 10 in the system. For sticking with Amrin, we need specialist players. Get me proper CMs and specialist wing backs. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like they're not going to make the same mistake that they've done with like Ten Hag, etc., when they just bought players for certain, and then it's like these guys are not it. So they're just buying players that they know can be here for the foreseeable for any system. Any system these players can work in. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. David Brown, big up yourself, man. Hit these likes, man. These likes are not making no sense. We're here every single day for you lot, man. If we want man like Semenyo, let's get this gaffer out first. Yeah, it's gone mad. NSP's onto him. NSP's onto the gaff. Yeah, man, we'll see, man. But this is the Valverde stuff. So we'll see if there's any truth in that. This is obviously what came out about Rashi. This is Rob Dawson, what he said. He said that there's an acceptance from the club bosses that there are limitations with the squad Amrin is currently working with. So they're sitting there saying, bro, there's limitations. They're not even sitting there saying Amrin's to blame. They're saying we know that this squad, we can't get the most out of it because there's limits. Maybe it's the wing backs. Maybe it's the midfielders are not fast enough. They ain't got enough pace. We have to play a mid block because Casemiro's not fast enough, or Bruno. You know what I mean? There's limits. So they're not sitting there and saying anything. This is another outlet saying the same thing about Jeremy Jacquet, who is considered one of the best centre-backs in the world. to replace Harry Maguire. So this is what might happen, man. Harry Maguire might leave, and then we get Jeremy Jackway. Who knows, man? We're going to see what happens, man. We're going to see what happens. Paul Scholes on who he would pick from Belieber, Wharton, and Anderson. And he says Adam Wharton. He rates Wharton, etc. Obviously, we're looking at getting 2 anyway. So, bruv, I like Wharton. But Wharton wants Champions League, apparently. So, boy, it looks like we have to get Champions League. In an ideal world, Manchester United would love the signings of Belieber and Anderson. Is it not an ideal world? We can spend as many money as we want. How is it not an ideal world? I don't know. So we'll see what happens, man. Man United would love the signings of Belieber and Anderson. I would love both of them to come as well. And look, this is the stuff about Adam Wharton. It says Adam Wharton is in the Liam Delap category. He wants a club with Champions League football. If Man United get it, it will put them as strong contenders for Adam Wharton come 2026. So Adam Wharton saying, bro, I want to be in the Champions League. You understand? And really and truly, when you look at who can actually go for him, it's probably us, Liverpool, and Tottenham. Unless City's going to turn around and go, you know what, we're done with Rodri, Nico Gonzalez, let's go and get Wharton as well. I can't see them going for Wharton because he ain't going to get no game time. Look at what happened with Trafford. The man went there and he don't get no game time. Newcastle, I got Jimenez. Who else is there? Chelsea, I got Caicedo, Lavia, and come on, they don't need a DM. So Arsenal, I got Rice, Subamendi, Norgard, all these players. So I think it's only us, Tottenham, and probably Liverpool. So we have to get ourselves in Champions League, man. We have to, man. Have to. But I reckon it's a thing where Belieber's already said he was coming regardless. He don't care. We finished 15th. He's on it. Anderson will probably come because Nottingham Forest, they're not any better than us. Do you know what I mean? And they're probably going to be what? Like mid-table. Let's be real. So it's what it is, man. It's a weird one, man. We're going to have to see what happens. 50 million, we're never paying that for João Gomez. You might as well just forget about it. We're never going to pay that. Man United are looking at smaller metrics to show fourth improvement has been made under Ruben Amorim. It's irrespective of the results. Big chances created, improvement in XG, a full pre-season with the squad. So they're showing the little nitty-gritties to show, listen, look, there's been progress. There's actually been little progress happening. Because a lot of people, remember, we went 7 weeks without a loss. 2 weeks international break, we were chilling. 5 weeks, 5 games, we never lost. We've lost the other day, crisis, get him out, it goes mad. They're not going to act on that the same way as the fans. So they're saying, look, he's making progress. There's stuff happening that we can see that is changing things. So it is where it is, my peoples, man. I'm going to leave it there. Let's see if any news has came out since we've been on this. One of the most disappointing things for me is Kobe Mainoo not being involved in this Man United team because we saw how good he was 18 months to 2 years ago. So Scholes ain't happy with that. And remember, the Mainoo thing is crazy because people are looking at it and saying, we're going to lose one of our generational talents or one of our best ever talents for a manager for a system that ain't even working. So a lot of people are getting angry with it, especially if Mainoo was to leave or not sign a new contract. We're going to say, bro, how can we lose someone like Mainoo for a manager that the system ain't even working? And like I said to you, obviously the other day, it was a bad loss. You lost to 10 men at home. And it was like 80 minutes. It's crazy, but come on. It's going to go mad, man. This is just what's going to happen, man. Obviously, I hope it works out with Mainoo, man. I hope we give him a new contract. There's been talks that obviously he wants to go to Napoli, link up with Højlund and McTominay only for 6 months to get a World Cup place. Remember, he's watching Wharton, he's watching Anderson and saying, these guys were nobodies 2 years ago at the Euros. I was the guy. I was standing on the post when we lost with Declan Rice and all these guys. Now, Anderson, Wharton are the guys, and I'm a no one because I'm not playing for a system that isn't really working. Like, we ain't got no success off it or nothing. So, I hear it, man. I hear it. That's what Paul Scholes is saying anyway. So, we'll see, man. Semenyo, we're still in there. We'll see. And that's about it, man. I would think this is Kill My Sport another 6 months. Yeah, a lot of people are not rating Amorim, man. It's crazy. But that's it, my peoples, man. I'll let you lot go, man. Smash the likes if you haven't already. I appreciate all of you lot, especially you lot in the chat. Big up yourself, man. Love.
Got some celebs, pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo. For now. For now. I'm loco, loco. But now I'm the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.